Whenever you guys are ready.
Okay. I'm Clara.
I'm Santino.
And we are doing a scene from Oscar Wilde's An Ideal Husband. I play a character called Mrs. Chevalier.
I play Sir Robert Chiltern.
And basically the premise of the scene is I make him a rather indecent business proposal.
Ooh.
So.
All right. Whenever you're ready then.
Yeah.
Mrs. Chevalier, will you be visiting any of our English country homes before you leave?
Oh no, I can't stand your English house parties. In England, people actually try to be brilliant at breakfast. How dreadful of them. Only dull people are brilliant at breakfast. And then the family skeleton is always reading family prayers. My stay in England really depends on you, Sir Robert.
Seriously?
Quite seriously. I want to talk business with you. About this Argentine canal scheme.
What a tedious and practical subject for you to talk about, Mrs. Chevalier.
Oh, I like tedious and practical subjects. What I don't like are tedious and practical people. There's a wide difference. And I know you're interested in international canal schemes. You were Lord Bradley's secretary, weren't you, when the government bought the Suez Canal shares?
Yes, but the Suez Canal was a very great and splendid endeavor. It gave us our direct route to India and had imperial value. It was necessary that we should have control. This Argentine scheme is no more than a commonplace stock exchange swindle.
A speculation. A brilliant, daring speculation.
Believe me, Mrs. Chevalier, it is a swindle. Let us call things by their proper names. We have all the information about it at the Foreign Office, and in fact, I sent out a special commission to inquire into the matter privately. They report that the works are hardly even begun. And as for the money already subscribed, no one seems to know what has become of it. Yes, the whole thing is a second Panama, and without a quarter of the chance for success that that miserable affair ever had. I hope you have not invested in it. I'm sure you're far too clever to have done a foolish thing like that.
I've invested quite largely in it.
Who would have advised you to do such a thing?
Your old friend, and mine,
Who?
the Baron Arnheim.
Ah, yes. I remember hearing at the time of his death that he had become mixed up in the whole affair.
Yes, what's his last great romance? His last but one, to do him justice.
But you have not seen my chords yet. They're in the music room. Chords seem to go very well with music, don't they? May I show them to you?
I'm not in the mood this evening for silver twilights or rose-pink dawns. I want to talk business.
Fear I have no advice to give you, Mrs. Chevalier, except to interest yourself in something less dangerous. The success of the canal depends upon the attitude of England, and I'm going to lay the report of the commissioners before the House tomorrow night.
That you must not do. In your own interest, to say nothing of mine, that you must not do.
In my own interest? My dear Mrs. Chevalier, what do you mean?
Sir Robert, I'm going to be quite frank with you. I want you to withdraw the statement that you had intended to present before the government. Then I want you to say something to the effect that the commissioners were prejudiced or misinformed or something. Then, what I want you to do is to say that the government is going to reconsider the question and that you believe that, if fulfilled, the canal will be of great international value. You know the sort of things ministers say in cases like these. A few ordinary platitudes will do. In modern life, nothing produces such an effect as a good platitude. It makes the whole world kin. Will you do that for me?
Mrs. Chevalier, you cannot be serious in making me such a proposition.
I'm quite serious.
Pray allow me to believe you are not.
Ah, but I am. And if you do what I ask you, I will pay you quite handsomely.
Pay me?
Yes.
Mrs. Chevalier, I fear I don't know what you mean.
My dear Sir Robert, everybody has a price nowadays. The dreadful thing is, it's so terribly expensive. I know I am. I hope you'll be more reasonable in your terms.
If you will allow me, I will call your carriage for you. It seems you have lived so long abroad, Mrs. Chevalier, that you are forgetting that you're talking to an English gentleman.
I realize that I'm talking to a man who laid the foundation of his fortune by selling to a stock exchange speculator a government secret.
What do you mean?
I mean, I know the fortune of the origin of your wealth, your career. I've got your letter, too.
What letter?
The letter you wrote to Baron Arnheim 3 days before the government bought their own shares of the Suez Canal.
It's not true.
Why,
You thought the letter...
you thought the letter had been destroyed. Hasn't. It's in my possession.
The matter to which you allude is no more than a speculation. The House of Commons has not yet passed the bill. It may have been rejected.
It was a swindle, Sir Robert. Let us call things by their proper names. It makes matters so much simpler. And now, I'm going to sell you that letter. The price that I ask is your retraction of your statement about the Argentine Canal. You made your fortune out of one canal scheme. Now you must help me and my friends make our fortune out of another.
I cannot do what you ask me.
You mean you cannot help doing it? You know that you are on the edge of a precipice, and it is not for you to make terms. It is for you to accept them. See.
Scene. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much.